Okay, guys, so we're back with the drivetrain extraction, guys, on the left. And let me just, before we start with the drivetrain extraction, let's just go through the undercarriage of the vehicle. We've got we are fortunate enough to have quite a few triple threes in the place so that we can actually see the differences in the cars, and like I told you about the errors and so on like that. So let's just, before we start taking off, Sophie's busy loosening at this point. Let's just go through the undercarriages. Let's inspect it before we strip it out. Let's see what's there, what's not there, and let's see if there is any differences. There shouldn't be, but let's see if there is any differences on this vehicle. Okay, so there's something up with this bumper. This bumper is warped, or it looks warped to me, right? But it just looks bulkier, beefier, and so on. But it is a plastic bumper. You can see the paint is already starting to peel off. It is a plastic bumper. It might have some fiberglass repairs on it, but it is an original bumper. As for the sump, you saw on the Aero Silver car, it had a totally different sump. So I was explaining to you guys on there where the sump sits, where the bowl sits, how far back it sits. And if you looked at on the Aero car, if you remember on that, the Aero car sump came just basically rubbing onto the steering rack of the vehicle, right? This Alpina sump is meant for the E30s, it's meant for the triple threes, it's meant for the Alpina P6s, and so on like that. And you can see that the bowl is shifted up to the front. You've got less space in the front, and you've got the Alpina emblem on it. This car is a power steering vehicle. You can see that I was never connected up before. They don't even have a pulley on it. There is no aircon on it. It's basically a power steering car. What else? Okay, first thing that comes to mind, right, is you can see this mounting is totally wrong. So this is a bolt-up mounting. It's a makeshift mounting. Now you can see at the bottom here, look at the branches on this vehicle. So all three cars that we got, they've all got different branches. And it looks like this one here has got a bolt and nut to the coupling. So we're gonna remove that from the bottom end already. What else can we see here? This mounting here looks wrong as well. So both engine brackets are wrong on this guy. So if we could take the cross member out. Oh, okay. So the cross member is here. So it is the correct cross member, and while I've got it loose here, you can actually see the Alpina on the cross member. We're busy draining fluids from the vehicle now, so you can see we're busy pulling. Oh, the guys are getting the sensors ready to come out. Obviously, on this guy here, why is the vent gauge sensor? Oh, temperature sensor not in here. Okay, so that doesn't have it. So basically, on a normal E30s, you'll find one speed sensor, and then you should have. Oh, here's a sensor here. Sorry, this is for the diff temperature sensor. You can see the pins are broken off, but it is a VDO sensor on it. This guy looks quite decent from the bottom. You can see we're gonna have some drama over here, and there's a nice big hole at the back here. Let's just go towards the front of the vehicle. I didn't catch this floorboards. So the floorboards look okay from this side. Okay, so we got a plate in there also. There's a plate in there. So the normal stories. So it looks like all the cars basically got floorboard work to do on it. So what we are gonna do, guys, we've got the jigs all set up in place. So I've had to put a couple on the ground because we're still making up more jigs. But we've got the Shadowline jig with the Shadowline, the Evo 2 that's gonna go onto its jig with the Evo 2. We've got the white 333 jig with its shell. This here is actually for that Aero Silver car, so we've got to place that. This here is the Aero Silver's jig. So the Aero Silver's over there. We're gonna get that into its place, and then we're gonna be removing this guy from there as well. Remember the other triple threes are still, one is next door. Actually, both of them are next door in the panel shop. We're gonna be moving them in here soon, but we just want to get this place packed up as fast as possible. Okay, so just over to the engine bay quickly. We're gonna do the basic strip down, right? So we're gonna remove our cables. I'm not gonna actually video this guy through. We're gonna take off the the main starter wire. I see there's extra power terminals. I don't know where they're running to. It's actually running in the sleeve here, so it can. Oh, they're running into the fan for the fan. Okay, so this here will actually be pulled out of the harness. We're only gonna be left with the standard E30 auxiliary power. Then we're gonna just disconnect the fuse lines, pull the relay off here, and then pull out from there, right? What is going on with this guy again? Okay. Then Sifis is gonna basically so Sifis is actually gonna handle the stuff on there today. We're gonna pull off the radiator as per normal. The radiator is an Alpina radiator, so we wanna try and preserve this one as far as possible. You can see the engine brackets are totally wrong. The motor has got a bit of gap here. It's still got a bit of gap. I think it's sitting too far back, but it doesn't look too bad. They're not like the other car. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay, so yeah, sorry. So the cross member is out, so the motor is hanging at the back. If was right. So we're just gonna pull airbox off on that side there. Leave the concertina pipe on. Leave the air pipe on. Pull off the vacuum pipes and do a basic strip down. So I'm not gonna really go through this guy. I don't think it's needed. I think I'm just gonna be wasting content time with it. This is how bad this backboard looks. I don't know why guys have to cut it out like that, but it's something we got to get sorted out. So we haven't pulled out this carpet because this is why there's no airflow on the car. There's the management. So this is still an old Mr. Turbo fuel management. So that means that we've got to rebuild this harness and basically go back to standard on the ECU. But I won't lie to you, that management was tucked in way behind. I couldn't even find it until we pulled the dashboard off. So we can't really pull the carpet out now until it's fine. Until we pull the heater box out, then we'll pull the carpet out, and then we'll do an inspection on the floor. But this car looks much better. If you look here, I don't know if you've seen on the other videos, we've been finding a lot of rust on these cars, right? This car looks much better than the other cars. I'm just gonna go back over here to the Aero Silver car, and I didn't put this in the last video. I just showed you guys the undercarriage. But look at the amount of rust that we found on the Aero car. So this body, there's a lot of metal work, and we gotta rush it in as fast as possible into fabrication, because I don't think none of us have seen the amount of work that has to go into that car before we looked at it. So let's get strapping out here. Sophie and team is gonna handle this one here. I'm gonna jump into it with them shortly when we're ready for extraction, and then yeah, let's get the cars on the jigs, on the trolleys, and just finish up the rest, and we can start with the M5s, and we can start with sandblasting after that. Okay, so we're gonna start with the drivetrain extraction. Okay, so just to let you guys know, basically we've gotten everything out. I didn't have to do another video on it because we've done the other cars. It's basically the same. There's nothing special on this vehicle besides a whole lot of extra wires, and this is mostly for the fan. Okay, Sophie, we're ready. So that's why I told you guys there was a airflow meter running on this car. Okay, are you gonna let me control it. There was an airflow running. There wasn't an airflow running on this car, and I couldn't understand why. And then after stripping the dashboard out, we actually found the management. Okay, take off the. Okay, you all clear at the back there? What do you have to take out? What nuts? Oh, the nuts. Okay, strap out nuts quickly. Great check here for me. Those nuts are all out there. Which side? Okay, get quickly, then let's take that one out. Okay, so we're just gonna loosen the last of the nuts, and then we're going to pull out. So we've taken, on the previous one you saw, we got stuck with the distributor cap. This one here, we've moved it out already. So we can clear the radiator at the bottom, and then we'll just guide going down. There's a harness holding on here. You guys never unplug the harness here. The engine harness. Okay, so this harness is running. Okay, so it's running this area. Give me a 8 tube, the Tiva. So I've got to lift this fuse box up because I see this harness is running underneath the fuse box. Okay. Remember that harness is coming out now with the future. This harness is gonna come out with the drivetrain. So you can see a whole lot of extra joints. So it's not extra joints, sorry. It's not extra joints, the wires were just running across each other. And I'm just gonna unplug this guy. I don't know what bridge that is. Some of the wiring I don't understand on this guy. Even this harness doesn't look this harness doesn't look original. So you can see they actually tapped in a lot onto the fuse box because they're running another external power cable onto it, and that is not generally there. Okay, this is the old fuse box. This is the old fuse box sleeve, not fuse box sleeve, fuse box power sleeve. Then so let's see where's this power running to, because this is running in between the master cylinder. Okay, it's running in between the master cylinder and the pipes. So I'll have to pull it out. From the bottom. This harness looks different on this car, which I think is going to be another harness board as well. And this here looks like it could have been a 6 series harness on here. Future, please come here. You're a little bit taller than me. Yeah? Just pull this harness away from here. I'm battling to get to the bottom here. Yeah. Okay, no. This is. I got it from the side. Okay, so that is out. Okay, fuel pipes are out. This plug will stay here. There's one pipe here. There's another fuel pipe here. Let's just separate this fuel pipe from the water pipe so they don't catch. We didn't make a mistake this time around. There is only one earth strap cable that is out. What is this? So this car, I showed you guys earlier, didn't run a power steering pump on it. So the power steering reservoir is not even with this guy. Okay, I'm gonna drop here. Coming down. What? Okay. Hey. Hey. I can't come more. It's holding, Sophie, it's actually holding on the motor now and on the wood at the bottom. This side is holding on the side, yeah. So it's grabbing, yeah. See, yeah, by your what's in it? Yeah. So how much of thread do you still have left there? Okay, pull off. Take it off. I'm gonna try and come one more lower, right? Okay. Okay. You're out. Okay. Other side. At the back, are you guys loose at the back? Take the jack away, out of the way. Great, take this airbox away from here. Take this pipe away. Put it right. Brass that's off. You can actually hear how. But guys, we found something else on this chassis leg, right? That we couldn't see when the car was on the left. When we take the motor and that out now, I'm actually going to show you guys what we found. And it's not a cut and join like the Aero Silver car, but it looks like there's a lot of rust on the chassis legs. It was repaired before, and there is a cut and join on that specific section on both sides. You out? Future, the gear lever. Sophie, you've taken it out. Was it holding with a wire? Okay, so you guys can hear when Sophie's talking. There was a wire holding the gear lever up, so it was a bit of an easy one. Okay. Oh. I'm gonna lift up a little bit, Sophie, just to give it some. Right, going up. Just tension it a bit. Okay. Is it? Okay. Okay, so we've got a bolt basically stripped on the cross member. One of the cross member bolts are stripped and then just turning. Why don't we cut it off? Okay. There's no way to get from it. There's a plate here on top here. Check it. In this hole, yeah. I'll get on there.
Yeah. Yeah, the whole metal is finished. Wait. Yeah.
Can you get a socket in there? Okay, at least. Okay, so I'm gonna come down a little bit, Sophie. Okay. Sorry.
I'm totally one in there. Yeah.
Sophie, you take it out from the bottom. Let him just hold on top here. Okay.
Trying to get it in there. Yeah, Mara, yeah. Mara Alliance. I'm going around this.
Is it then?
Yeah, socket is in alignment. The pointing until society.
The side, yeah, it was straight.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we're trying to do now is basically try and get in from the top of the chassis. The nut is broken off from the weld, and your cross member bolt is turning with the nut. So we're trying to. Eh? Okay, guys, let me try and cut this out. Okay, guys, so we have to cut it one bolt off from the cross member because basically the bolt was turning in with it doesn't have a nut on the inside, it's got an insert. When I do the Calypso car's chassis leg, I'll actually show you how that looks. Okay, Future, you ready that side? Gray, you go there. Okay, so if you can focus there, I'll try and grab this wheeler, right? Okay, going up. You good? Stop it. Okay, going up. Are you guys loose at the back? Sorry? Okay, lift the back up a little bit. Take the jack to the back, Gray. Take the jack and then lift if you lift the front up, if you lift the back of the diff up, it'll level out and then. No, you can't jack up there, Gray. Okay, go. Okay, you're out. Okay, going down. You're gonna come down with me so it doesn't catch again, Gray. Alright, you ready? Are you ready? Okay, come down slowly. Okay, you're out. Both sides. Okay, brake pipes all out. Okay. What's holding there? Sensor. Okay, make sure your sensors are the other side also. Okay, ready? Press it out from the top, Ray. Yeah. Press it out from the top. You press it out with a grommet. You're out. Future, you're out. So if you're ready. Where is it okay? Okay. You take the radiator out. Okay, so guys, let me take that camera off the stand here quickly. Okay, so check it. I don't know what people think in their lives, but you can see there's a plate here, This is the original plate. And okay, I really don't know what people think when they work. So we've got a fair amount of metal work to do on all of the cars, and I showed you guys this plate here earlier. So this car is one of the cars that's got to be blasted, or at minimal, just a undercarriage and engine blast. But this chassis leg is going to be rotten inside. Have a look here as well. Okay, so anyway, we're going to now strip down completely. We're going to move the jig out of place. And yeah, So we're gonna be doing the next triple threes now, right? Which is the next two. One is in primer phase, but you'll see when I do the video on that car. The mountain box is out already. The car strapped out already. It's just on rolling suspension. So we've got to get the suspension strapped out on that car, and that's it. And then we'll get her ready on the dolly and ready for sandblast. Then we've got the other triple three that was actually painted, but that's one I told you guys we weren't happy about. That's the Era Silver one. That the body is actually a very good body on that car. The metalwork is superb on that vehicle. Car is as straight as can be. It was actually a nice car. The paint work was a bit of an issue on that, and we had to basically, it's basically got to get painted again. So we're prepping that car up, and the wrong undercarriage was used on that vehicle. The rubberizer was used on it. So we're cleaning up the undercarriage. I will do more shoots on that soon. That'll be the 5333s that we're busy with. Then it's gonna be the M5s. So it's the now you guys have seen the two M5s before, and in the previous videos I told you guys that we're putting the one car together, getting it driving, and then from there it's gonna be a takedown from there. So the one M5 is here. So there's two different color M5s. One is the Yana red, and the other one is the white one. Okay, so just the car is dusty. This is the white one that we've been putting together for a while. Now we're gonna go through the whole phase of taking down this guy here, getting everything lined up, getting everything matched. But it's basically gonna go through the same process. With the M5s, we've got to be very careful of how we do things. Like you can see, this bolster of the seat that's got to get redone. So the interior is gonna get redone on this car, but we've got the car nice and tidied up and basically together. So I've actually driven this vehicle, right? And this car drives. We got it to drive nice and soft, but we had an issue of an airflow meter ECU sync up, if I can call it that. So, but I've driven the car. We got the car quiet, so it doesn't drive as how it looks. It actually drives quieter than some other cars that are restored. Then we're moving over to this guy here. This is the Hannah car. This has been painted a while back, but I think we're gonna have to do a touch up. Then we might have to do a blowover on this car. As you can see, there are scratches that has arised over time. Everything is basically still in this vehicle, or a lot of the parts are still in it. We've also got to buy a lot of the parts for it, but they're basically going to be taken down to the bone again. This one is just going to get flattened down and repainted. This one is going to get taken down to the bone, sandblasted. Basically the same scenario as these guys here. Sandblasted, and then we'll start with paintwork from there. So I'm still going to do a feature on all the jigs, but the shop is a mess right now because we are busy stripping. Let me get the shop cleaned up, and then I will do a feature on all the cars, all the jigs. So that's the same scenario here. You got M5, even though there's no motor in here, this motor's actually in here. In my previous videos, if you guys have been following, the reason why we put this motor in here is basically just to get this car up and driving, and then it'll go back into this car here. This motor here is currently being built. I think Putti is building this motor here. So it'll be E28 or M5 with a jig in front. It's jig in front, and we're gonna build it the same way as we're building these guys here. So anyway, guys, I hope you guys have been enjoying the content so far. I know it's not production, or what's this, corporate production quality as the other videos, but we are working in getting content sorted out at the same time. So so you guys know what to do. Like, subscribe, share. Let me know what you guys think. Comment on it. Let me know what your views are. There's a lot of work been undertaken on these vehicles. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy the next ones. Cheers.